See?
I prefer the GTO over the Mustang and the Camaro. There you go, I said it.
Yeah, okay. I don't think we're going to bring which one Wednesday into this, but...
It might be the last episode today.
Oh, it's terrible.
No, if something's not fun, I just stop doing it, and it's not fun.
Well, you picked the two biggest cars that attract the biggest wanker following.
Ooh, Ben just called everyone a wanker.
So, you know...
But if we haven't started the show, so we don't have to show this bit, right?
No, it's certainly not this part. But we'll see. Alright, I think we're ready to go.
We are. I think we're good to go.
I hope so.
I've got my phone ready in case anybody rings up. You saw what happened last week.
Yeah.
As soon as it hit ESPN, bang, they all rang up. Ray, he's my friend, so I'm allowed to call him. You're Ray. Who else rang up?
Blaine and Edward from England.
Eddie. I love Eddie.
Sir Edward. Alright, we'll get stuck into it.
We're going to get stuck into it.
We'll do the little pause so the music can kick in over the top.
This is a pause.
Shut up and sit down.
Hey guys, hello and welcome to Raw Talk episode number 2. Thank you for joining us. My name is Ben Winstone and I'm joined by the one and only
Markos.
Like?
One name, not sure. Like I've got to pick someone
a
else.
new one each week.
Okay. Like Arnold.
You used Arnold last week as well.
Fuck, how many other people get by one? Jezza.
Who's Jezza?
Oh my, played footy for Carlton, number 25.
Told
Just
you
Jezza.
last week I'm not a footy fan.
Just Jezza.
Jesus Christ, this is off to a good start.
It's a Carlton week this week, we just beat the Bombers.
Look up AFL, those viewers looking from other countries.
Oh, other countries. Nearly 20 countries watched episode 1. So how's that?
Yeah, it was pretty good. It was pretty good result. So, and I think we had about a 5% female viewing audience there as well.
I think the females have got to watch it in secret because some of the boyfriends are getting a bit jealous.
Probably.
And it's understandable.
We're only human.
Yeah.
But thank you everyone for the support of the first episode. It was extremely well received.
We had started with 0 subscribers, so to get 500 views, and then I think it's 1,000 likes on our Facebook page after one episode, and supported by the industry as well. We'll get to that later.
Yeah, absolutely. So, as you can see, we've got the first of our products to review and test out today.
Yeah, and we've been testing them all
these
week
little
as well.
bad boys.
Yeah,
so. Live. I walked in and I saw it. I was going to open it. I said, no, I'll wait till we're filming.
Ben's head could explode.
That's why we've moved location in the gym. It's a little bit easier to clean up here.
We will get a lot of views if Ben's head explodes live.
May also be the last episode.
It could be, because I'm not doing this without you.
Well, I'm sure you could find something
Nah,
else. You could move on.
No.
You could move on in time, like any good relationship breakup.
No. It's me and Ben or it's no one.
How's that? Name a better duo.
But you better shape up, because I need a man. Right? My heart is set on you, Benny. One down.
Ding, ding. I'll put that one in. But as you can see, once again, I'm missing a script, so I'm feeling a little bit lost. So we're going to fly by the seat of our pants.
Lifters' names that are doing the US Open, so that's my list.
But I guess if we open up with competition results, so we've had a few states over the past week.
GPC States in New South Wales and Queensland on the weekend. Queensland States ran for 3 days. Brilliant job done up there by Scott Lawson. And we had an Australian all-time record broken. Jen Smith totaled 475 at 60 kilos. So she took the 60 kilo class record, which was an incredible effort.
Yeah, it was huge. Yeah, absolutely.
Very strong girl. And Laura Scrow decided to lift at a 67.5 kilo class, and she squatted 212.5 at 67. I know, it's insane, isn't it?
Phenomenal.
Yeah, I don't know how she does it. Also, lots of other good results, like we're running, that have qualified for the Nationals, so it's been a big weekend. There's still the Vic States, then there's the WA, then finally the South Australian States, and then all the invites will go out to all the lifters and Nationals. I'll just give yours verbally on the show if you make it.
Thank you. Hopefully. Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed.
Final week of heavy training to see whether I'm where I need to be. So.
Yeah, I watched the training last week.
What about last night?
Sorry, that one, the 310 squat?
Yes.
Yeah, I remember turning to Max and I said, his arms are sweaty, knees weak, arms are heavy.
That's what it felt like. So, lucky I didn't have spaghetti for dinner. It might have ended up all over my
oh yeah, I forgot
sweater.
That.
So,
on your sweater, yeah? Mum spaghetti?
Yeah. Good old home cooked meal. But
Is that 3 now?
That was probably half for one, but
Okay, we'll take it.
we'll still claim it, I guess, but just. But yes, still breaking into my knee wrapping virginity. Or
Did you see Big Shannon's squats?
I did. Very impressive.
320.
Very impressive.
It was. I think it surprised himself how well it came up.
And the 200 kilo bench.
Yeah, and he's done a 290 dead, so he's going to put together. Well, things happen on the day, but he looks like he's going to get an 800 kilo total, which is great.
Certainly hope so.
Yeah.
Going off the way those couple of lifts looked pretty easy.
But historically, Shannon doesn't bench well after squats, and Max is aware of that. So if the 200's not there on the day, you won't be going for 200 because the squats definitely impact his bench press, and we know that. The beauty of having a coach that knows that, he's not worried about his numbers. Historically, he knows. So he'll squat as much as he can, and he'll just pull what he needs for 800.
Okay. Well, Max has done this for a little while now, so I'm
He
sure
has.
he's got a little bit of an idea of what he's doing.
He actually took over the powerlifting team in 2010, so this is his 7th year.
He's about 12 years old now.
He was 17 when he took over the powerlifting team. But
Impressive.
Max or I never haven't done any PT courses or coaching courses or anything like that. What people don't realise is Max has been in the gym from when he was 14 years old, and he actually watched everybody for 3 or 4 years before he actually took over the team. So nowadays, what's a PT course? 8 weeks?
I wouldn't know, but probably.
Is it about 8 weeks?
Just not.
So yeah, so he did it for 3 to 4 years of just watching, listening, learning, and then when we moved into a bigger facility, I couldn't do it anymore because there's too many. Because back in the garage, I just coached everybody.
Yeah, I remember.
But we weren't powerlifting. It was just strength and conditioning.
Yes.
We moved into the other place, and Max just took over the powerlifting team in 2010. So he's
An excellent job.
Yeah, he has. He's still young. He gets better every year. But he's done a good job so far.
And I guess moving on to another event coming up this weekend, the US Open.
There's the US Open and the
Powerlifting,
Irish.
not tennis.
Yep, and there's also the Irish International in Ireland.
Yes.
I'm confused because clearly they don't have Easter in America or Great Britain. Clearly there's no Easter.
No, it must
There's
not.
no hot cross buns. There's no chocolate
Easter
eggs because they're going to have powerlifting instead, which is confusing to us here because we actually moved dates for states because it was Easter. We would never think of having a comp on a public holiday like that.
I guess it must just be a different culture over there.
The US Open, it's a subject that's dear to my heart. Gracie is a friend that I've never met, but when my boys went over to the US, she looked after them, and she didn't know who I was from Bar of Soap, and she just looked after them because they were 2 Aussie kids at Bossa Bosses too, so forever she'll be my friend for that. But that's not why I'm saying this. Now, the US Open needs to be supported by every powerlifting fan. I have no vested interest in it as an event, but I do in the sport of powerlifting. Gracie is sharing the same dream as we are and trying to make powerlifting professional, meaning that you don't have to sell programs or prostitute yourself selling show bags and supplements and call yourself a pro lifter or a sponsored lifter. To be able to make a living from this sport in prize money is a pro lifter. We don't have any pro lifters, and we may never have any, but at least some people are trying to bring that on. So it's obvious that we've tried with big dogs. It's been 30 grand prize money, so you know, whilst it's not a lot of money, Andre won $15,000 cash. Now, the money that's coming up at US Open is over $200,000. That's a lot of money. Now, so Gracie needs support, as in, like, even if you're not, this might sound silly, but even if you're not going to be able to watch the US Open because it's Easter, pay $10 for the fee. Not going to kill you. It's going to a really good cause because some powerlifter's going to end up with the money. Gracie ain't going to become a millionaire from doing this. What she's doing is putting money in lifters' pockets. Buy the feed. Please buy the feed. And if one of your douchebag mates decides to share it, please send them a message saying cut it out, you know, on Facebook. It's not needed. And don't watch it. If you want to watch it, pay the $10. Support the sport. You know, you can all piss and moan and say it's not a sport, it's a hobby and this and that. We're trying to do something, but at the end of the day, it's the punter at home that can actually influence it the most. Pay the $10 for the feed. It's $10 friggin' dollars. I know you've bought it. Ari's here. Wave to the crowd, Ari. There you go.
Zahir Junior.
Zahir Junior. He's bought it. He doesn't know if he's going to have time to watch it because of the time differences, and he loves chocolate Easter eggs. But just support it. And the Irish Invitational, the same thing. I'm not sure if they've got a paid live feed, but they're putting up money as well. But we'll get onto that later. Now, US Open. Who's winning the money?
It's a very good question. You know, I actually think there's someone here that knows a little bit better.
Yes.
A little bit more informed.
Yep.
Zahir, come over here.
Oh, Zahir, over here. We have Zahir in the audience today.
Now, here's a man.
No chair for Zahir.
Arun, who we refer to as Zahir Jr.
Yeah.
Our budget couldn't stretch to the real Zahir, not yet anyway. We won't call him what someone else called him on Instagram yesterday.
Someone called him a fat Indian bitch.
Yeah.
Disgusting.
Yeah.
He's not Indian.
He's not that fat.
No, well, he's a bitch.
but yeah, whenever I ask someone, you know,
if you're watching this fuckwit that called him that, you're a dickhead. Anyway.
He knows more about powerlifting than nearly anyone I know.
Go.
So
Ask him. Go. Lightweight man.
Lightweight man, I think it's going to be Ben Polak.
Ben Polak.
I think Ben Polak's going to take it.
Because Cole Keogh's still in it?
Yes, he is.
And Torres is in it?
Torres, I think Torres is coming second.
It's going to be great.
Who's the IPF fifth?
Oh, Hack.
I think he's
Hack's going to be hard to
go
beat.
1 for 3 on his squat.
Because he's no Hack.
Have you seen his squats?
Well,
come in a little closer.
When he squats in the IPF, he squats legit. Do you think the reps are
I think
hurting
he's throwing him off a lot.
Yeah.
He's going forward, he's not making depth in training.
But Hack's advantage is he doesn't dodge competition, and he's always, well, he competes at a high standard at the IPF Worlds and the USPA.
Going against someone like Gibbs and beating Gibbs isn't something anyone can do.
No. Well, I don't think only Hack's beaten him, I think. Yeah. So that's an advantage Hack's going to have. But like you said, his squats, money, because you know money changes everything.
That's right. Leaving the IPF free, yeah,
Got
getting
another
a
one. Yeah, because he's getting a ban from this, isn't he?
For, yeah.
So, Pro Raw 10, Mr. Hack. Now, middleweights. Or I suppose they go in the next one because the 100 kilo class is classed as a heavyweight, isn't it? And that's, to me, that's an obvious winner in that one. Who do you think?
10% you think?
Yuri Belkin? Yeah, Yuri Belkin.
So what about second?
Well, there's Larry Williams. At first I thought Larry Williams, and then I hear that he's bitching out and doing it in sleeves. Only joking, Wheels. He's doing it in sleeves, but I still think he's going to push Belkin harder than Oak and Herbie. I'm a big Herbie the Love Bug fan.
I love Herbie the Love Bug.
Herbie, I watched the video of him squatting 400 and dropping a 400 deadlift after he locked it out. And then when you chuck his bench press in that, so all 3 of those guys are going over 1,000. All 4.
Well over 1,000.
They're all going over 1,000 kilos. Wow. Dan's going to be there to watch it. Watch his record go down.
Joe Sullivan.
Max thinks Joe Sullivan's in with the show.
He can do 1,000.
Joe Sullivan definitely for 1,000.
Really?
Yes.
Hear that, Fat Joe? Shout out to Joe Sullivan. The camera's there. So Ben's got a little black dick here, right? And I'm fascinated by it. I just keep looking at it, thinking it's the camera, but it's actually the mic. The camera's there.
Correct. So yeah, last week we had a few complaints about sound, audio quality, etc.
One came from me.
Yeah. And you know, when I started doing these videos, I was only filming in my garage at midnight, where it was quiet and I had the thing close and there was no issues. But
And I think your beard was muffling it.
Probably. Yeah. I had a little bit of too eye, but what did I tell you?
It's Zahir.
What did I tell you?
Zahir. Yeah, I know. No, he just looks like you a bit. Yeah. And he's madly in love with you anyway. So yeah, it's actually a compliment. Yeah. I know. 550 fucking. Yeah. It's sorted. It's 10 reds and a green. Here we're ahead of you. We know what it is. We know we've got 10 reds. We've got a green. Yep. Yep. I know that. You're a little bit crazy, but it's good. It's good. Please, you're not opening on 5. I'm not going to let you open on 550. No. I don't care. No. No, our spotters won't spot you. You're not opening on 550. Okay, we'll see. Well, have fun on the weekend, the US Open. May all your lights be white and your eggs be chocolate. There you go. All right. See you here. Thanks for calling up. See you, mate.
Doesn't take long, that.
No, but it's because of the ESPN thing. Yeah. They see it. And he thought he was looking in the mirror, he said. We explained it was a compliment that he's a fan and not just taking the mickey. Yeah. I didn't say taking the mickey because I don't think Zahir would understand what that
Probably not.
But What we were talking about, how do you think the heavies will go there?
Probably stand up a little bit because you know he blocked.
I thought he was standing up.
Yeah, I
He's not
know.
very tall.
Oh, well, we put that other box squat thing down there for him to sit on, but
Oh, we've got one. The heavier guys.
If Zahir goes in, and Zahir goes 7 for 9, 8 for 9, Zahir will win. Zahir
Yeah,
will set an all-time new record.
Oh, he'll be hard. It'll be just about impossible. If Zahir makes 7 lifts in a meet, he's going to be hard to beat.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Who else do you like in the big guys?
I'm really excited for who's and Huron.
Yes, me too.
And
But
he's very strong.
he's doing it in sleeves.
He is. He can squat very well in sleeves.
I have no doubt. I have no doubt. What sort of idiot would take a knife to a gunfight? I mean, tell me.
I don't know. You have to be a complete dickhead, as I said last week.
There's a lot of money. There's a lot of money on the line. I don't understand. If they think they can squat more in sleeves, then so be it. But I don't know. I think only Ray Williams can do that. That's why he can't out squat Milanichev.
Whack.
Bang.
You heard that first, right here. Raw Talk episode 2.
So
Any other classes?
Jake Johns, he's strong.
Jake
boy.
Johnson is very strong,
Yeah.
also coached by Chad.
Is he going to wear wraps? He's a sleeve guy as well.
I saw him put on wraps for a few sessions on Instagram.
Yeah,
He didn't look very comfortable.
he did it.
He didn't, but then again, there hasn't been much of his squatting on Instagram. Squat big weights and sleeve and short sleeves. Short wraps
Yeah.
about a bit.
Yeah.
In bench big, in deadlift very big.
There's a boy that a lot of people don't know about. I'm a fan of this guy. Not just as a lifter. Dominic Miniki, I think his name is pronounced. Watch for him. He's a name that you guys haven't heard of. He's going to go all right. If you're watching this, Dominic, do a big total saying, I'm going to fucking smash this. Okay, good.
I thought episode 2 we're going to look more professional.
But I keep looking at the
and you
little
keep looking at the microphone hidden
Is that
behind
what it
a
is?
knee sleeve.
I keep thinking it's the camera. Dominic, put up the big totals. I want you out here at Big Dogs. Is Douglas, that big guy, is he doing it?
Douglas is doing it.
Yep.
Douglas is
He should go over 1,000. He'll go over 1,000. That should be good. The women, do you follow the women much? Because I know the way. I know that it's not a big thing with you.
Hey now.
But I think Susan Salazar's going to take it. I believe there's one female world champion.
She's going to be very hard to beat. But what about Anna in the movies?
Anna's training has looked shaky, but deadlift isn't as big as her squat.
Okay, so he's in the body up again now. Stop pissing off the cooler. You're You are.
But
So who do you think in the heavy is April Mathis doing it?
April Mathis not doing it.
Why is that?
I'm not sure. She
Didn't
should.
didn't
Samantha Coleman.
she's not doing it? Wow. Maybe they're hoping they get an invite to Big Bitches one day.
You know what they say about big bitches?
Bitches ain't shit, but hoes and tricks.
There we go.
I'm learning all this rap music.
Memorised it.
Sort of.
Memorised
I
it.
feel like a cheat.
It's about 4 now. We've probably only been rolling for about 15 minutes.
So all right, so Susan Salazar. There's
She's already got a Wilks bigger than 600.
Mariana.
Yes, Maria.
Yeah, very strong
Very
girl.
strong. In the same weight class as Salazar, I believe.
Yeah, very
She does
strong.
have a world record squat, I believe.
She does. And who's a deeper squatter? Now, do you think squat depth is going to play a role? Because I think with this much money on the line, the last thing, because it's a Fed meet, isn't it? Yeah, not an inv- it's a USPA.
That's right.
Yeah. The last thing that Fed's going to want is, because the eyes of the world are actually on this meet. So it's going to be very, very important that they get, and we're not talking about 100% perfect judging because it doesn't exist. They're going to have to really get it right because you lose a comp, you lose a comp. You lose 40 grand, it's a little bit different. So it's a lot of money. So I know that Gracie actually has come out. This is a big one.
Oh yeah.
Louis, you noticed. I love the shirt, man. I love everything you do. No, I'm not an equipped hater. Why would I be? It's Raw Talk is the name because Raw is what we're doing. Yes, I know. Why would I dislike equipped? It's still powerlifting, right? If you ask me, the pole vault is more exciting than the high jump, where they use equipment to go higher. That's all equipped lifting is, correct? I love it. I'm a fan. Well, you guys are way ahead of raw people. Think how ingenious you are. Who on earth would think of using a knee wrap under a bench shirt? A raw guy would never do that. An equipped guy thinks outside the box. Very, very clever. No, I'm not taking the piss. I'm just stating that you guys think I'm a big, if you look around, there's West Side stuff everywhere in here. Big fan, Louis. I'm wearing the friggin' hoodie, aren't I? Yes. And I'm glad you're watching the show. I thought because it said Raw Talk, you didn't watch it. Oh, I thought it was a sex show. Why would it be a sex show on ESPN, Louis? That's why you tuned in to watch. Okay, well it's not. It's a powerlifting show. Yeah. Actually, you just reminded me. Thanks for that. So when I hang up, I've got to talk about quick lifting. Okay. The raw train never stopped in Columbus, did it? Yep, the raw train. Missed your gym. Nah, it's all right. I love watching you guys squat 500, bench 400, and deadlift 187. Nah, kilos, not pounds. All right. See you, Louis. Sorry. Miles Johnson. I've got to mention him. Miles, I think it's his name. Max, what's Miles' surname? From Brisbane. Is it Anderson? Miles Anderson, 920 on the weekend, equipped. Pretty big total. Very good total. Well done, Miles. Didn't have to beat anybody. I think you beat it alone, which is the biggest issue.
I think equip talk just doesn't roll off the tongue as nicely as raw talk. That's why we went with it for the name.
Gear talk does, but it could be misconstrued.
I reckon we'd probably get quite a few more viewers actually if we called it gear talk. Absolutely.
Yeah, so equipped isn't dead, it's just buried, and you can hear the murmur coming out. So we covered the women. Have you followed the Irish Pro Invitational at all?
No, no problem.
Okay. Here's a problem I've got. I've got so many Facebook friends from Britain, and I think what they're trying to do is really, really good. That's just Beck. Beck does that all the time. She's going to just create noise. She's a mobile noise machine. So I think the Irish Pro Invitational, what they're trying to do is brilliant, but they're running equipped and raw. So the lifters are split. So that dissipates competition. It just splits it into two. So they're paying money, but I don't think we're going to see. I mean, what have we got at the US Open? We got Larry, we got Wheels,
We got Larry Rose,
and Kevin Oak,
Kevin Oak,
and Herbie the Love Bug,
we got Herbie Lovebug.
and Joe Sullivan,
Yes.
all in the 110s,
Yes.
head to head. That's what sport is. If you're lifting alone, I'm not saying they're lifting alone in the Irish one because there's about 5 or 6 in each class, but imagine if it had been all raw or all equipped. I don't care which way. I just think competition would have been better. Also not a fan of it being a fed because there's a lot of talk about records on that one. People are going to come on and do this record, do that record. Here's where I have an issue. We want it to be a sport. Everybody wants powerlifting to be a sport because big dollars are not going to come for a hobby. Unless, no. Big dollars are not going to come for a hobby. If it's going to be a sport, there has to be a competition, meaning you have to have an opponent. I watched Shannon squat 320 in here yesterday. I don't need to go and watch him do it in a meet where there's no competition. That's pointless. I can watch it in the gym. That's the difference of competition. And that's where I think the sport has to go to grow. It's got to become competition. Do you agree?
I agree.
Benny, do you agree?
Yes, yes.
And I think that the Irish Pro Invitational is going to have some outstanding lifting because I've seen some of the numbers and some of the guys that are lifting there.
Is Jake doing that?
I think Jake is doing it. Yeah.
Today to the Irish juggernaut, Jake Brown.
Is it?
Yes.
What did he competed recently. He totaled 850, 840,
I think so, around that.
In the mid-eights, yeah.
mid-eights. Yeah. That
Hopefully he adds a
famous
little bit
line
more.
from Patrick Swayze movie. I thought his total would be bigger. Roadhouse. If you haven't seen it, watch it. Great movie, the original.
Anything else from the US Open?
No, not that I can think of. I mean, it's definitely a landmark meet that everybody needs to support. Like I've said before, competition's going to be going to be incredible. Sorry, a lot of lifters dropped out, but that's not a slight on the competition or anything that Gracie has done. Because if you guys remember, the same thing happened to us at Big Dogs. So it's very, very hard to control who shows up on the day. All we can do is invite them, have them qualify, whatever the case is. But people are going to get injured. And unfortunately, it's hit this comp like it hits every single comp. It hit us at Big Dogs, it's hit us at Pro Raw, it's just something that happens.
It's inevitable in the
Yeah.
sport.
So the thing is, there's still more talent assembled there for this comp than there has been in America for quite a while, I'm going to say, in one meet. Especially with, because remember Raw Unity back in the day? Remember Raw Unity? Raw Unity, I was a big fan of Raw Unity. And then they let the tail wag the dog and they added divisions. And then there was people walking out in sleeves on one day, and then people squatting with wraps the next day, and there might have even been a monolift there. I reckon it was a monolift, yeah. And again, what happens is you split all the weight classes up, and it's not the way forward. That's back. That's about all I've got about the US Open. Unless you've got anything?
No, I think I'm glad that we brought along
Very good.
Arian here.
Babies
As
are here.
I said, he knows a
He
lot.
does. Babies
So
are here.
He fired everything back right at you. So
He's very good, isn't he?
thank you for your input. I'm
Incredibly
praying.
handsome too.
Yes, I'm praying to God that the microphone picked up his voice. He didn't speak very loudly, but
That's a religious thing again.
you did. You mentioned God again. It's 2 episodes in a row.
Who I did.
Did you?
You just did it.
Oh,
You
did
said
I?
I'm praying to God.
That's right. I'm sorry.
Ben is a man of God.
Oh, I didn't. I'm sorry. Hence why you bought me all those Easter eggs.
Yes, definitely.
Sorry.
But thank you for joining us. Thank you. It may not be the last time.
No,
Looks like
absolutely.
whenever we need that expert commentary.
When we need an expert, Babies Are Here is our go-to guy.
Jesse for the numbers, and Babies Are Here for their social media coverage.
Yes,
So
absolutely.
certainly all over
I
it.
reckon we get into some of this stuff.
Absolutely, it sounds good. But before we do,
Before we do,
quick shout out to Iron Revolution Gym, Aaron and Matt. They kindly gave us a help out
Matt.
last week.
Prokop.
That's right. That's
He
right.
trains here on Saturdays now.
Yeah.
Matt Prokop is here
Yeah.
on Saturdays.
Training today.
He's training on?
I believe they're coming
Is
in
he?
today, some of the crew.
Oh, shout out to
So you know
I
what
did
you
it
should
again.
do?
I did it again.
I know.
Shout out to Matt Procock and the crew.
And Aaron.
And Aaron.
Should hit him up for a shirt too, I reckon. This one's a little big. It's from when I was a little bit fatter than
I
that.
love this, and you know I've said before I love wearing other people's shirts. That's why Louis actually rang me yesterday and said if I can air express a hoodie to you, would you wear it live on Raw Talk? Louis, secret's out. Yes, I will, Louis.
So thank you, Aaron and Matt, for helping
Thanks,
us out with
Louis.
the Beast banner last week. I told them
Love
to give
the
them a
shirt.
shout out, and very good guys. And if you want 2XL, and
Excel. Do you want to know the truth where this came from? I can't lie.
you stole it from someone.
No,
I left it here.
Are we going to call it stealing? Andrew Lovelies Waiting. I can't say his name, but Lovelies Waiting. It's got a nice ring to it from Canberra. He left this here at a comp that he bombed on. And normally people leave such crap laying around. It just goes straight in the bin. And I could not believe my luck when I scored a West Side hoodie from Andrew Lovelies Waiting. So this is, and then he said, when I told him I had it, he didn't ask for it back. So I'm calling it now not stolen.
No.
It was for a brief
It's
period
donated.
of time,
Donated.
but it's now been donated. So I gave him, or EMAD gave him an invite to Pro Raw 9.
Okay.
So I'm just saying this is a fair swap.
So there you go, guys. Look for that invite on the side. Just
West Side stuff, I
drop a
love
bit
it.
of West Side merchandise
I
at the
love
gym.
it.
Geez, talk about a bad weekend. Bombs from a comp, and then leaves his West Side jumper behind as well.
Yeah. He's such a good boy. He needs to change his name. I can't say it. Do you know his name?
I think it's like low landing.
Low Landing? Like an aeroplane?
Something like that.
Low Landing. No, Love Lies Waiting sounds so much better. It's something I can remember. You know I struggle with names, right? So Love Lies Waiting.
But let's move on to the first of our product reviews.
This is it.
So we've this week, as you can tell, we're
Vinci
being
Strength.
supported by Vinci Strength Systems. So
We're not wearing their shirts because
yeah,
he didn't send us any.
come on, Richie.
Come on. Lift your game.
Can send stuff, but can't send a couple
We
of
would have loved to have worn your shirts. What if he hasn't got any yet?
maybe.
And here you are, shit canning him.
Oh, well, I mean, surely you put stuff on this show expecting to cop a little bit. I mean, if you want a golden review and blowing smoke up your ass, you probably got the wrong show.
We've definitely got the wrong
You
shirt.
know, if you
But
put,
no, we will look with the product reviews. I've stated before on Facebook and social media that integrity. People trust me. Okay. No, but they do. People trust me,
it's
right?
got a bridge for sale as well, if you're interested.
It's actually I've got a deposit on it, so maybe not now. But people trust me, and it's all I've really got going for me. So why would I blow that just to make a few bucks. So we're going to do honest product reviews. Plus, we're going to leave the stuff here for you guys to check out when you come to the comps anyway. So if I've crapped on and lied about something, you'll be able to see firsthand that I crapped on and lied about it. But
I'm going to speak to my manager because I thought the whole part of this deal was just to get a whole bunch of free stuff for myself. And 2 episodes in, it turns out everything's staying here for the people. So, I mean, I'm not sure this was in my contractual obligations with this show.
Well, I think, because you know, look, so we're not going to do a quick 2-second job where we overlook the stuff and tell you, this stuff you can see, this has all been used. So since we've had it, it's all been used. So the belt that we're doing next week, I want you to take that with you and use it for a week. It's already been used in here, but I need you to use it for a week and then bring it back. And then if you say nice things about it, they might give you your own one.
If I get a belt, I may not come back, but
oh yeah,
we'll see.
it's pretty good little.
Depends how much it's worth, but it's going to go up against the Granddaddy, the Inza that I use. So.
Yeah, we'll see. You saw it when you came in. It's a good looking belt.
It is. But
anyway,
back to Vinci stuff.
Yep.
So thank you, Richie, for getting on board. I think really without any proof, you know, he jumped on before we even uploaded episode 1.
I've got some friends in North Queensland, so they obviously I told him about us because I've never met him, but and he seemed very, very keen to get on board, and he obviously values what we think. No, seriously, it's very good. Nick's here.
He's using the...
Nick is our graphic design artist, and we asked him for a raw talk image thing.
I thought we didn't need one after that. Fantastic.
He's legit. Nick, come on here. Come on.
Bring your stick with you. I know what he's doing.
Did you see the job?
Herding sheep.
Did you hear the job he just finished?
No.
With his graphic design?
No.
The Bob Hawke Lager.
Oh yes.
That was him.
Oh.
Yeah, so we went up to Sydney.
Two of Markos's favourite things.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Beer and politics.
No, I love Bob Hawke though. He had a hotel in Brunswick. I grew up in Brunswick. Yeah. Anyway.
What did you want from me?
So this is Nick, best graphic design artist in Australia, and that's just an opinion.
It's the name of your business.
So I said Nick's going to do. Nick does our Big Dogs logo, Pro Raw logos. He's just an absolute. He's an absolute whiz, right?
Fellow GTR owner as well.
That was it. The jelly bean one we did for PTC Sydney. Is that meant to look like a bag of jelly beans? Trent, send me down some jelly beans. Did you see that one? It looked better in the drawing than it did on. It looks like a bag. Is that what he asked for?
No, he didn't ask for a bag of jelly beans.
What did he ask for?
Is there a point to this? Are we going somewhere in this?
We are. We're giving you a free plug.
Thank you.
So Nick's
Name your business.
Nick Edlund Design.
There you go.
It's really
Look it up, guys. I thought
really
I had something.
complicated.
I thought I had a different.
Nah,
name
Nick
to it.
Edlund Design.
It's really creative.
There's no image.
Put a lot of thought into that.
Yeah,
So I guess he saves all this thought for clients.
He actually is. We stir Nick a lot, but so when it comes to the Big Dogs logo, the direction I give him, I go, it's called Big Dogs, and he just comes back with the logo, and then I say it's Big Dogs too. And so, I don't. Yeah, but how good is Big Dogs?
And it was Big Dog.
I know about the bit. I'm not allowed to talk about that, am I?
You can if you want.
No,
I
but
haven't done it yet.
you hate it when
It's okay.
You guys should
Come up
see.
with it. It's
I mean,
probably
the big,
be hidden by the.
the Combat
Stuff,
Big Dogs 2 logo is incredible. Nick's already told me what 3 is. That's more incredible. Word?
Big Dogs 3 coming to a Frank
So
Sinatra
anyway,
in
but the reason
2018.
the reason we got Nick in, so Nick is how do I explain how creative he is? Doesn't matter. This will explain it. So I said to Nick, we need the logo that you're going to do for Raw Talk. Nick saw this and said, I can't improve on that. That's perfect for this show. This is perfect for this show. Was that a compliment?
It sounds like it.
I think it
I
was.
was
Sounds like it.
sincere as well. I wasn't just trying to get out of
But
doing more work.
anyway, so Nick, the reason we're still using this original sign is because Nick refuses to make a new one saying this is good enough for this show.
Correct, yeah, I didn't refuse. I just thought you had the best product for what you've done.
An experienced designer. An experienced designer thinks it's look good. We should just roll.
For the production value of this show, I think
It
it's
suits
fine.
it.
Excuse me, have you seen our black dildo
I
mic?
have. What's really odd is when you come through the door, the camera's so small, it just looks like you
Well,
I feel like I'm talking.
we've just put a water bottle behind the camera so Marcus has something to look at now.
Is that why we put
Yes,
that here?
that's why I whispered to.
So look for that one as well.
While we're shamelessly promoting YouTube shows, Road to Pro Raw 9, episode 14, the final episode, starring one-on-one interview with Ed Cohn himself, airing this weekend. So stay tuned for that, guys. Road to Pro Raw 9, episode 14. Coming soon.
As you guys can tell, we don't take ourselves very seriously. And if I'm doing something and it's not fun, I stop doing it. I was talking to Ben about this earlier, so I'm not going to answer that. It's too many. Okay, so you'll have to wait. If I'm doing something, it's always for fun. I don't do anything if it's not fun. I actually stop doing it. Whether it was as a kid playing football or dating someone and it's not fun anymore, I just walk away. So this is a lot of fun for me, and I'm not a fan of serious podcasts, but there is only one that I've ever listened to multiple episodes, start to finish, and that's Jug Life with Chad Wesley Smith. I'm not pissing in Chad's pocket. If you guys want to see what I'm talking about, go and check out Jug Life podcast. It's the only one I've ever listened to, start to finish, more than one episode.
It is very good. It is very good.
It is. But see, someone's doing that so well. So the last thing it needs is for us to try and do the same thing, because we can't. I watched that show. I can't make that show any better. I don't think anybody can. I think it's better than Mark Bell's and whoever else is doing one. I think it's the gold standard for podcasts. The two guys on it, they just hit it off. They're pretty awesome. Anyway, so I'm saying that is because I also was asked many times to write a book. I don't know why. It happened. It still comes up on Facebook now. So many years ago, I started putting together some thoughts. Okay, and then I read a book by Marty Gallagher called The Purposeful Primitive or something like that. Something primitive. I just tore mine up and threw it away. You can't. That's the best book you'll ever read on training, powerlifting, the sport. Marty Gallagher's book. It is an absolute gem of a book. So if you can't improve on something, all you're doing is saturating a market that doesn't need it. So back to the thing about fun, right?
Yes.
Everything I do in my life is based around fun. That's why we piss fart around here, right? This is fun for me. And I do that car thing. Which one wins that?
Yes.
I think you may have seen the last one today because
sincerely,
I'm pissed off.
maybe just take a break for a week, come back to it. I'll give you a few suggestions.
It's meant to be fun, and it's not being answering questions from people. It's pretty easy.
As I said, you just picked the wrong choice this week. It's like when I picked 317.5 for my third squat at Pro Roll 9. It was just.
It wasn't
the
that
wrong
big
choice.
It wasn't that big a blunder. Anyway, yeah. But so what I'm getting at, we do this because it's fun. We love it. And if the day Benny says to me, "I'm not doing it," I'm not doing it with anybody else either, because other people have tried. It doesn't work. But just chemistry with Benny.
Thank you. But
we're doing this.
we should get back to this, shouldn't we? Wow. So, what do you want to look at first?
You're going to snort the.
This is what everyone wants to see.
What they want to
so
see.
let's talk about this first because they'll switch off after that.
Wrist straps, been tested by a dozen people in here. They've used them.
I'm going to use them today. I'm going to bench after this.
These are exceptional quality. Okay. If you guys are a fan of the gangster rap, very similar with a much improved thumb loop. Thumb loop's better on this. So this is an excellent wrist strap. I have no issues recommending this for anybody to use. And if you know me, it's very rare that I will be so forward in saying that everybody would benefit from using these wrist straps. It's a very good product. Okay, no issue.
No, it feels great. I mean, as I said, when I first looked at it, I used another brand, and it's probably 12 inches shorter, maybe. I've never used.
That's why you went the black one.
Yeah. Once you go black, you never go back. So
let me get that right. The black one's longer.
Yes. I mean, it's pretty hard to believe, but but yeah, it feels that extra length. You can feel it. That's for sure. So.
Okay.
But yeah,
that's interesting you say that.
It's interesting.
I have no experience.
I don't think they're overly stiff. Sometimes you don't want that, but they're very comfortable, very supportive.
I always thought it was the other way around.
Yeah, look, I mean, yeah, generally you can not get stiff enough.
Max, do you prefer them stiff or floppy?
I didn't say floppy. I said sometimes,
Max is not answering.
Depends on what you're using it for.
True.
So.
But yeah, very good rep.
Yeah.
Develop. So, the colour, the impact it's had, I've had it by my front door. People walking in, especially the girls, absolutely love it. So they put it on and tried it. They love how it's come out of the box and it's not stiff. Here we go again. I'm having trouble with these words. It's come out of the box and it's
I just realised.
Can I pull this off now? Anyway, so they've all loved the way it feels because, as you can see, it's already in good shape. I've had belts that have been so stiff. Max and Jesse got a couple of belts at home that have been rolled up for 6 months, waiting for them to sort of loosen up a bit. So this belt, straight out of the box, very good to use. The girls from Iron Revolution tried it yesterday. Our girls have tried it. They're blown away by the colour. To me, the manufacturer, the stitching, everything's good. There is a problem with it. It's minor and easily corrected, but I'm honest. So these holes here need to be closer to this lip, okay? Only by a couple of mil. It doesn't affect the performance of the belt, but what it does, when I go to lock the belt, I'll show you, I'll lock the belt. When I pull it closed, can you guys see there how that's rubbing? It's rubbing on there. When you put it on, it locks, no worries. So it actually doesn't affect the performance of the belt. But when you lock it in, it actually is, the belt is touching this part here, okay? It just touches it. If you look at other belts, the holes are a little bit further forward. This might be just one that got manufactured wrong, but I would say to Vinci Strength is to move this hole forward a couple of mil so it clears the front of this lever here. You have no issue, but the lever's fantastic, looks great in black, works well, does everything it's meant to do. It's, like I said, I think the lighter weightlifters, including the men and all the women, would prefer this belt because some belts are just, they're just too big and too thick and too heavy for the weights that people are lifting. Yeah. So, and I'd say that anybody that's training in a commercial gym that's not powerlifting, that wears one of those funny Velcro belts, you're better off going to this belt. This belt is incredibly user-friendly, well-made, looks good. That doesn't affect the performance, but it's, if we're looking for the perfect belt, that's what I'm going to be honest, I would make that minor adjustment on the belt. But everyone that's put it on has had no issue locking it up. It works really good. Yeah, yeah. And they also really love, can you see the embossing on the back? Everyone's a bit of a fan of that. So you other belt manufacturers out there, you better catch up because that looks pretty good. So, can you hold it closer? Can you see that? It's just touching. But when you actually put the belt on, you don't even realise. The only reason I realised was I was looking closely because everyone that grabbed it and put it on had no idea that that was actually the case. So I would get that looked at if I was Vinci Strength Systems. Wraps are perfect, belt's 99% perfect. It's an issue because I'm being fussy and I don't want, I'm going to be absolutely honest. It's important that I'm going to be honest. People have got to know that what we say here is legit. Anyway, now I'm waiting for this. Okay. Because we've had a lot of guys use this already.
Yeah, I was a little disappointed I didn't get the first one, first crack, but this is their smelling salts, nose talk, ammonia, whatever you want to call it. Yep. Now, I mentioned last week I do love
it's a small white
using.
powder.
Oh, well, I use the ammonia capsules.
Oh, I see.
So they're safe, you pop them and then you give it a sniff. So, I'll tell you a funny story. I had one in my car once, and I had my boss out with me. And we're off to a very big meeting a CEO of my business account that I was looking after to discuss, a new contract for 24 months. And I had one. For some reason, it was in my center console. He's like, "What's this?" And I said, "Ammonia. I use it when I lift before a big thing, He's like, "Oh, okay." I said, "You want to try it?" And we're in the car park it was at Crown Casino, so we're going to go meet in there. And it's like, all right. He goes, "What do I do?" And I said, you hold it on your nose, you press it, and you take a big whiff. And you know what that's like for someone else.
I do, because I've played that joke on way too many people.
So my boss, who's never, used anything like this before, he held it about this far from his nose. And went
that's so wrong on so many levels.
We got to the meeting, and he's still got tears in his eyes. He had to use he actually said, "Sorry, I've got hay fever. That's why my eyes are watering."
I thought you were a better human being.
It was brilliant. So. But anyway, that was a
we have
story.
one guy in here, and what he says is never going to have any effect on our ratings because he is not the sharpest tool in the shed. Right? He uses this before he does bent over laterals. You guys can laugh, think I'm joking. Everyone in here knows. So he's an idiot, and he used it before an overhead press, and Max told him to stop it, right? Because just stop it. And he said he got a 10 kilo PB from it. So he's not going to train anymore. He's going to just sniff ammonia. This guy's got it worked out.
There's a guy called Troy Connolly, a strong man from Sydney.
I know who he is, yeah.
And I think he uses these when he gets up in the morning. So I think he keeps it on him at all times.
Well, this boy took such a big whiff.
nose job.
This boy that I'm talking about took such a big whiff before a deadlift, a weight that's 20 kilos beneath his PB, that he locked it out, but his eyes were watering. Because he took a really big whiff, because I guess he's not used to the strength of these. And he actually, well, if it had been a meat, it would have been a failed lift, because he lost his balance at the top and fell forward. His eyes were watering the whole time, and we had a go at him about, it should be saved for special moments. You don't need to sniff talk on every set, especially bent laterals. And he does them shit. He's got poor technique.
I'd probably really just save them for a PB, or even mostly on comp day I'd use it on my second, but I wouldn't take the full hit, you know what I mean?
It's the same with pre-workout.
And I'd save that for the third.
Pre-workout should be called pre-competition.
Yeah.
Not pre-workout. The worst addiction to that crap that I've ever seen was we had a boy that used to train here, that used to compete, no longer here. And it was in Max's programming, we have a week off before the comp. And this boy sat at the coach's table over there with the rest of the lifters, and he was only in because we have like a club here. So people come in here when they're not training. And Chris, you're making a hell of a lot of noise there. That was a joke, because you were being so careful.
How come I haven't been told about this?
About this club? You don't train here. So that's where this table came from. So Max is quite upset. So anyway, so get him back to the story. So this boy, he actually sat down this night, he wasn't training, and he started mixing his pre-workout. And the guys all looked at him, and this is a true story, because I joke a lot. This is a true story. The guys looked at him and said, "What are you doing? You're not training, are you?" He goes, "No, but I don't like to change my routine before a comp." And they all sat there going, "You're not fucking training this week. You've changed your routine before a comp." He didn't get it. He mixed it and drank it, and he kept doing it.
Clearly, he doesn't like to sleep before a comp either.
That stunned me.
Right, let's get into this.
Do it.
All right. I'm just going to take a big whiff.
Okay,
I'm not even going to ease into it.
Right. Do I have to stand behind you like on a deadlift and catch you? That was a big whiff, Benny. It's pretty good, isn't it? That's pretty much a response we've had from everybody.
So, okay, hang on a second. Scrape my brain off that back wall.
Makeup. I love this bottle.
My nasal cavity's burning.
So when this bottle's empty, I'm going to put aftershave in it. I just love the bottle.
Max, just make sure you swap a full bottle with the one that he uses for aftershave.
Max does not play fish in his dad.
Come on, mate.
Raised better than that. This is the liquid one. So what do you do with that?
So
you're not making a cocktail. What if it explodes?
I'll smell this one first.
All right.
I can already smell it. Oh no, it's not bad.
Not bad? Not bad.
So it must be when you
mix the two?
Yeah. See, I wouldn't. This has still got such a massive hit.
I know.
I'd probably be reluctant to add it.
But you're going to do it anyway.
Yeah, I don't know how. We should have checked with Richie how much we're meant to put in, but how much do you think?
I don't know. Oh, that looks like a lot. So this ain't meant to amplify, is it?
I believe so, yeah.
Okay.
Some sort of chemical reaction.
Don't spill that on the table. Somebody did up there and it burnt a hole through
Did
it.
All right.
Put the butt plug back in it. Oh, you know I'm not going to smell this shit.
Notice the silence.
Homie, don't play that. Oh, it's gone. Okay, we have a new winner. In case you think we're lying, I'm not doing it. Oh my God! Can we have somebody up here to test this as well? Because Benny might be just pretending.
You know who we need? Harry Potter.
Chris has got a good head for radio.
I can't breathe.
Chris, get over here. Come on. I can smell it from a foot away.
You know what this is like when you go to the drag, you've got like a methanol-powered car.
I
or
love
something,
that smell.
and it just makes your eyes
Oh,
water. And
you've got to be on camera. Get
come
around here.
Chris, come around.
Give it a nice. You want to control it?
Come down a
Get
bit.
down.
Oh, not too far down because we want to keep it
Give
shot.
it a big sniff. That's not a big sniff.
That is soft.
Refreshing.
I think it works better when you give it a
Wow.
shake and.
It's refreshing.
Anyone else?
Have we got any girls? Deb,
Yeah.
do you want to be on television? Deb, come on.
You ever seen an 11-year-old sniff
Have
ammonia?
you ever seen an 11-year-old sniff ammonia? No, that's,
Give her the gentle stuff.
that's child abuse.
Sorry.
I'm not doing that. So, okay, it looks like their ammonia is really good. I know that a couple of my clients have already ordered it.
Makes your eyes water. It's like standing next
It
to a
stinks.
top
I
full
can,
drags
I
to
can
run
smell
pits.
it here. So I know Armando has already ordered some, so he tested it without the mixed stuff. Are you all right?
Much better, cheers. It's all right. We're good. We're good.
Do you want to hit it, baby, one more time?
Why not?
All right, so we have a winner. So, great product.
You know what it feels when you jump in the pool and you get like water just goes straight up your nose and stuff, and it just.
You're not comfortable. You're all funny around.
It's.
So it does what it's meant to do?
Absolutely.
Okay. Are you going to try it next time you do bent laterals?
Probably not. I
Okay.
might save it for that third squat at GPC States.
Yeah. So good product. So as far as you, the ones that you've smelled, that's up there?
Yes.
He's
Yes.
not well. Can we have a ham sandwich, please? He's really not well.
Better get a fire extinguisher, I think, for the next one we test out or something. So.
Oh, that's good. That's good. I like that. You got any rants this week?
No, I didn't prepare any. I mean, episode 13 of the Road to Pro Raw 9 has my full GoFundMe rant, so guys, check that out if you like. So I give that a bit of a thing. But one of the guys commented and actually brought up a lot of good points. Did you see that?
Paul
about-
McManus.
Yes. it
G'day,
was
Paul, out there if
fantastic,
you're
Paul.
watching.
Thank
Yeah.
you for.
He was spot on, wasn't he?
Oh, it was brilliant.
I mean, I know that when you did it, you were trying to protect the guilty.
Yes.
All right, and but Paul has some knowledge on some of these lifters because they tend to come from the one bed.
Okay.
So, and he has people have expressed those same opinions to me in the past. Okay, that if you're doing a GoFundMe and you're lifting in an age division,
Yeah.
and you're probably not going to podium over there, and you're asking people to put in. What you're actually doing is ruining it. Okay, I'm going to say. There are two elite lifters that competed at IPF Worlds that a close friend of mine contributed a lot to their trips because he deemed them worthy of it. He had no issue doing it. And I'm talking about, it wasn't $5. Okay? These guys were actually representing Australia at IPF Worlds and did extremely well. Am I allowed to name them?
Oh, why not?
Amir
It is raw.
Fazeli and Stephen Pritchard, two of the most deserving people that would ever need help to compete overseas, that they got a lot of help.
Well, they are at the peak of their,
They're-
class and things like that. So,
Well, I still think that they're two of the best lifters ever
yeah.
at PA, and they showed that at IPF. So no issue helping guys like that. Well, I have no issue with that at all because I get it, the no money thing more than anybody, right? And they're going to go over there and they're going to push for. I reckon they both medalled
Okay.
in the individual lifts. I reckon both the boys medalled. And is that more worthy? If you really love powerlifting. So I think the people that are taking the piss and wanting money so they could finish 10th in the juniors,
Yeah. Yeah.
they're ruining it for.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just-
Definitely.
yeah, I feel they are.
Definitely.
Bands. You see, well, you would have seen them. You would have seen them in your gym. People with bands
Yes.
everywhere
Yes.
doing shit.
Yes.
You got to understand. So I haven't trained since.
Wait, is this your rant now?
It's not. Is it a rant?
I don't know.
Can we call
Sounds
it a
like
rant?
it's building up to a rant.
I don't really rant. I just like to point out the obvious.
Okay.
So, back when I was in the gym every single day, training from 1980 to 2007. People say, why don't you train anymore? I've done it for 27 years of.
I think I'm having respiratory failure from that ammonia, but
So I
Don't mind me.
I don't train, but I did used to train a lot, too much. But I watch a lot of training now. Bands didn't exist back then. Okay, the only
What about
bands.
Kiss?
Countdown, that was it. You wanted a band, you watch Countdown. Sounds Unlimited with Donny Sutherland. Do you remember that?
absolutely not.
Wow, that was a good show.
Rage as
Saturday.
as far back as I go. Video hits on Channel 10.
I honestly think Sounds Unlimited with Donny Sutherland was better than Countdown. First song I ever saw on Countdown, Leo Sayer and it was, I could sing it, but I can't think of the name of it. That dancing one. You know I Can Dance? Anyway.
No.
First song I ever saw on Countdown, how's that from memory? Now, bands. I watch people in here, without exaggerating, 40 minutes using bands to stretch and stuff. They were pretty strong back in the day. We never had bands.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, when you look at some of the elite lifters, and don't bring up longevity because Ed Cohen competed until he was 107. So bands didn't play.
Unbeaten for about 73 of those
someone
years.
that, and you can justify anything you do in this world. You can justify it. You can justify. I can justify one holding this pen upside down. It doesn't mean it's the right thing to be putting it down. There you go. You can justify anything you want to do. The people that are using bands are telling you. My favourite one is glute activation. How can you fucking squat without activating your glute? I activated my glutes 4 times in the 80s in Billy Monet's gym, cleared the gym. Was never allowed to do any glute activation again. Nina still talks about it.
Rumour has it was stronger than this
It was,
ammonia.
oh no, with all jokes aside, this night in Billy Monet's gym in Frankston, he had a fan circulating in the gym and I activated my glutes 4 times. It emptied the gym, the counter staff went out. It was like, you know, sometimes activate their glute and it's funny. This wasn't funny. This became very, very serious because nobody could come back into the gym. So that's the only glute activation that I remember from back in the day. So if somebody can actually perform a lift without activating their glutes, I think they're geniuses.
I think glutes not firing has ruined more competition preps in the last 2 years than just about anything else I've ever seen.
What makes your onion rings? That makes my glutes fire. Max,
Get a bit
Max,
of curry
you
or
agree?
something, you know, get in
Onion
there.
rings are the best for glute activation? Yeah, Max.
I mean, you know, if you've got a problem with your glutes not activating, probably add a little bit
How
more
do
fibre
they,
to your diet, maybe.
can your pecs not activate on a bench press?
Oh, I don't know.
Biceps not activate on a curl? I don't understand that. I don't get it. Maybe
I
we
don't
need
know.
to get an expert on here to explain. No, we should film it at TGI Fridays and I'll order onion rings and you watch how fast glute activation works with onion rings. Maybe it's just me. Other people it's, I know someone very close to me, it's dried apricots. Hi Nina. Dried apricots. Yep, good for glute activation. I'm dead, aren't I? Because she watches
Probably.
this.
Yeah,
you know
hello,
what's
Nina.
You know what's funny? I've got some big critics, when I say not critics, but people that are sick of me because I'm like this all the time and I make no apologies. But Max and Jesse and Nina, this is it. This is what they get at the dinner table, Max at work, it's non-stop. They actually watched the episodes and laughed and they thought it was actually really good. So,
Yeah, my parents said the same.
did they?
Yeah,
I've
my
still
dad-
got to meet them because you know what?
GPC States.
Nina pointed out that when you mentioned about your parents, I still didn't give them a Cheerio on the show.
Yeah,
and
I
I
know.
wasn't aware of that.
No,
Nina picked it up.
I had to have a second call before we got there.
I'm really sorry about
Ed
that.
Cohn stepped in for it.
He did.
So
But
thank
it's
you, Ed.
still, Mr. and Mrs. Winstone, how are you?
My dad loved it so much, he goes, I'll buy you the microphone. That's what he said.
See, that's a class act.
But yeah, it is, thank you. We could call it the Ray Winstone
We could call-
microphone of truth.
His name's not Ray Winstone.
It is.
Fuck off. Your dad's Ray Winstone.
Not the British actor, but
Your dad is Ray Winstone.
yes, why?
Wow, he's one of my favourite actors. I did not know that.
Yes, yes. Yes, you're correct.
G'day Ray if you're watching.
I'm sure he will be.
Does he
He
get,
said he
does
watched
he,
it at work as well. What's that?
does, you know there's like nearly 1,000, oh I said that at the start of the show, 1,000 likes on the page?
Yes.
That's,
It's quite a lot.
it is, isn't it?
It's quite a lot.
You know the people that are watching in other countries, they probably think we're morons.
Oh.
Well, me anyway.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's okay, isn't it?
Yeah, well, they probably can't hear me if you listen to half the feedback we get, so they think you're the moron.
We always play hard to like.
Yes.
Very important.
Extremely
Very
hard.
important.
Extremely hard. Just ask anyone who has to view my shares of these posts about 5 times a week, trying to plug them.
But yeah, look, and once again, we do this for fun. Like I said earlier, everything I do in life is for fun. So if you get offended because
Well, I was doing it mainly for the free stuff, but that's sort of not really
well, we see.
eventuating now anyway, but come on guys, send the shirts in.
We've been, oh, I love the shirts. We've been very lucky with PTC through the years because we've been given, if I went through the gym one day with a camera and showed you the stuff that manufacturers have donated to PTC, from power racks to half a matrix to thousands of kilos of bumpers to bars to platforms. Max has got a coffee table over there that's probably got 50 sets of wrist wraps and knee wraps in it, and we don't sell it, you know, we share it. So we truly are a club rather than a commercial gym, you know. We can keep harping on about that, but I gave a tub of creatine the other day to a young guy, Bryce, one of our lifters here, because I found that it had been given to us by a supplement company as a bit of a, you know, a sponsorship thing, and I could have sold it for 10, 20, 30, whatever I wanted to, right? We just gave it to him, and we just give stuff away. So this stuff that we're getting for review, hopefully, it'll lead to many sales for the people, and you guys will see that we're being honest. I mean, we can't fake.
No, I couldn't.
So, and like I
Can't
said,
fake that at all.
if you're a fan of the gangster rap, this is very, very similar, but I think it's slightly better quality because of the thumb loop. And everyone that's put these on has said they've fallen in love with them.
Yeah.
The belt's a winner. They'll fix that little thing if they want to. To people that are sending in clothes, our clothes models are Sev, Beck and Maximus. So Max likes the t-shirts in large, and Sev and Beck small in the tights. Small or extra small? Ooh, Beck's thinking medium. I think Beck's moving up a weight class. You heard it here first. Sev wants small and Beck wants medium, and we'll get you good shots of their asses wearing these nice tights next episode.
I'm happy to model as well if anyone wants. Tight season is coming.
You know we're trying to get viewers, right?
Oh, well, I thought I could appeal to that bear audience.
Big Dogs 2 news.
Yes.
We haven't had any.
No, we haven't.
But I've
and
got
we're
some.
going way over time.
Well, there's no time. When you're having fun, there's no time. Emad Nayev, genius. Big Dogs was good. Nothing but positive comments. Found a way to improve it. So you guys are watching it on your monitors, the 20,000 that were watching it and the 400 that paid. I'm not going to let that go. You would have noticed that in between the lifts there was a lull while they went back and warmed up. So Emad said, big dog bench. After they finish their squatting, while they're squatting, the big dogs can bench. So we are going to have, you heard it here first, big dog bench at Big Dogs. Separate event. We're looking for a sponsor for Big Dog Bench. It's a 600-pound buy-in, 272.5 kilos.
Yes.
So, the people that I've spoken to that are interested, this is all legit. Jeremy Hoonstra, very keen to come out. Brandon Lilly, very keen to come out. In Australia, Jason Semler, and Vasa could do it as well, but he's competing in the big show, right? So, and Josh Tate, who we've just heard, unfortunately, is out of nationals because of a knee injury.
Yeah, I saw that.
So he's going to concentrate on his bench. He assures me that he can bench 272 or get very close.
Wow.
So, and he's riffing at the meet earlier, so it's going to be interesting. He might have to miss riffing on the squats.
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah, very good.
That's
ref.
understandable.
Very good ref. He doesn't need a warm-up.
No.
He can get out of the ref's chair and bench 250 cold. I'd put money on it.
Did you see those photos the other week? Someone put John Cena's head on his body.
I thought they did him a disservice.
Oh, sorry, they put Josh's head on John Cena's body.
Yeah, I think they did him a disservice.
Yeah.
But I think Josh has got a better physique.
Probably, yeah.
Than John Cena.
Yeah.
So Big Dog Bench is going to be part of the Big Dogs show. Separate event. You can't enter both, so you're doing the bench only or the, and it'll be shown in between, I think at the moment, in between the squats and the bench press. That way they can be warming up on the bench press. You won't have to move the bench out of the way. So in that 40-minute gap, you're going to get some of the best benches. Now, Brandon Lilly, g'day Brandon. Brandon's chasing up, he knows a heap of US lifters that can bench 600 pounds. So he's chasing a few of them up for me. Wayne's going to ask Kirill, because I want Kirill to do the Big Dogs meet. But he might not want to. He might want to break the bench press record again at a big meet like this.
Yeah.
Because he runs incredible competitions in Russia. I'm sure you've seen him.
Yes, yes.
And is anybody that I wouldn't know, but from what I've perceived, I've watched, anyone that's running, very hard to compete in it and run it as well.
I imagine
So I would love to see him, because I don't think he's tapped out on his bench press. I think Kirill can bench even more. So anyway, Wayne's going to ask him, and so there's no promises about Kirill coming out because I haven't even spoken to him about it. But Wayne's going to do that work for us. So we really, if you can bench 272.5 kilos, 600 pounds, holla, because we're going to have, yeah, you can find me on. We're going to wrap this up, so you can find me at
PTC headquarters on Instagram.
Yep.
Markopoulos on Facebook.
Yep.
Pro Raw Powerlifting on Facebook. PTC headquarters on Facebook.
Raw Talk on Facebook.
Raw Talk on Facebook, of course.
2017 GPC rankings on Facebook.
Yes.
Powerlifting World on Facebook.
Yes. Do you think we could film an episode? We could have filmed an episode of Raw Talk in between bench and deadlift.
Why do you think we're not going to?
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, don't assume anything.
I just gave away episodes 3 exclusive.
We could absolutely, because I actually...
We would actually...
Look, Ben and I, like I said, I keep saying we love doing this. We're open to coming to a gym opening.
Yes.
Or even a comp, if
Yes.
you want us there
imagine
as
that.
an expert idiot panel.
Imagine that.
Oh, I can't imagine it. Do you think anybody would want that?
Oh, I think people would love it.
The option's there.
Love it.
But we would love to come and do this anyway. So I'm thinking we're definitely going to do something like this at Big Dogs and at Pro Raw. We'll get EMAD involved.
Of course. Yeah. Of course.
So you know what a lot of people don't realise is EMAD's one of the funniest guys you can ever talk to, but he's always very, very serious.
Yes.
But I cop his humour a lot from day one. Okay, incredibly funny guy. But everybody sees serious EMAD because they see him at a comp where his brain's always working. How can I improve this? How can I fix that? And that's the way he's always wide. He's always like that. But he's actually like people didn't realise you were funny. I knew you were funny.
Oh.
People didn't realise you were funny. Do you know
Who said I was funny?
Max is one of your biggest fans.
Oh, really?
He loves your
You
humour.
told me he doesn't like it.
No, he loves you. Well, EMAD's funny like that as well, but people don't see it. So I reckon, although I wonder in his position whether he can be seen on such a low rent show like this.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because he's pretty...
Probably not. Oh, I don't know. You know him better than me.
Oh,
So have a chat.
he's seriously funny. Like, people would be stunned if that's on the other side of EMAD. Especially with no... What are you doing?
That's all right. I thought I pulled the microphone plug out. It's okay.
See, I haven't...
As if people couldn't hear us enough already.
See, I'm not looking at it anymore.
Yeah. The
So-
water bottle worked.
The water bottle did work. How long have we...
Way too long.
Is that over an hour?
It is.
I'm not watching this one. This is too long. We've gone too
Well,
far.
if you're not going to watch it, no one else is.
Damn, that's a
Going to
long
have to break it into 2
What have
parts.
we been talking about?
Well, I don't know. You talked about countdown.
Oh,
And other
fucking babies are here.
bananas and-
See, that added time
Yeah.
that we didn't expect.
Yeah.
Nick Ed, Chris Fisher stuck their head in.
I mean,
There's your extra
if you
time.
want to call everyone in that walks in the gym,
Hey.
you may as well get Lizzie in as well from last week.
If you're gonna hate them, don't hate us. Okay,
She
we're
was
doing
doing
our,
gymnastics before.
Did you see it?
She should just do it in the background.
She is incredible.
You were right, yeah.
She is incredible.
Yeah.
She has no spine.
No. No.
Do you reckon? Will the camera pick her up in the background?
Yeah.
We'll get her on next week.
Yeah, okay.
Lizzie's always here. Lizzie doesn't train here. She just comes in to watch the show.
Yeah.
So if you're unsure, she's just a fan. Pays her money at the door, comes in and watches the show.
Everyone loved it last week because she just blew us off with that little
She's gorgeous.
shrug, you know?
Yeah. So we've broken some Big Dogs 2 news.
Yes.
We've got the Big Dog bench.
Yes.
It's growing, and it's part of the entertainment package, which is Big Dog, which is why it started in the first place. And we can get some cash in the pockets of bench pressers because, you know, crutches and wheelchairs aren't cheap.
No.
No. So if we can get some cash in their pocket, I think that's a very good thing. They're going to hate me for that.
No.
Do you know this? Jeremy Hoonstra is preparing for a 3 lift, and he's confident he can go 1,000. So a lot of people don't realise how strong he actually is. Somebody tagged Jeremy in this. Did you see what Chad said about us on his podcast?
Said about you, I think.
No. Well, okay. There's no you in me. Thank God. I said thank God. There's no you in me.
Thankfully.
And there never will be.
No, no. Certainly hope not.
I watched Chad's
off like
Chad's podcast today.
Yes.
And it goes for longer than this. And at about the 9-minute mark, he drops an absolute pearler. He says that
Raw Talk is the greatest YouTube show ever invented.
he actually had a sign saying that. No. He said that he's competed at Pro Raw 7 and 8 and Big Dogs. He said it's the gold standard for which he judges all other competitions. So he's going to the US Open, and he's correct in saying he'll be the only person at the US Open that's also been to Big Dog. Oh no, Sean Doyle, but he's competing. You didn't mention Sean Doyle. He's going to destroy the 140s. Sean Doyle's doing the 140s.
Isn't Robert Phillips doing it as well?
He will destroy him. Sean Doyle won't be beaten in the 140s. Man, you finished second at Big Dogs. People are shaking in their boots when you walk into a car. Rob Phillips, Sean Doyle totaled 1,047 and a half. He's piss farting around with 4 million kilo deadlifts at the end because he'd already finished second. That guy's got an 1,100 kilo total in him. He is, you watch and see, Sean Doyle. We didn't mention Sean. sorry Sean, but babies are here, forgot about you. I didn't forget. So Sean Doyle's going to be able to judge as well, because he's going to actually be the only lifter that did both. And what Chad said about us, wow, you better write a check. Send it to him. Oh.
Well, I mean, we gave him a good plug before, so probably.
Yeah, but it's not about that. I didn't. What Chad said was very, very good, and I'm glad that he thinks like that, because he's probably the most intellectual powerlifter I've ever met.
Aside from myself.
Well, you don't count. You're elite. You're another level. You're the Benny level, and we've got elite. Go on, do your stuff. We'll wrap it up.
Yeah, well, I think we'll wrap it up here.
We did the songs.
Have we checked everything off?
I think so. We did the songs.
Yeah, you fit that in. You talked about US Open. You talked about big dogs. We reviewed the equipment. We had a little rant.
Unless you want to hit me one more
glutes not
time.
firing.
Me baby.
No.
No.
No one suggested that one, did they?
They did. I got messages. I get a
idiot-
lot of messages.
Some idiot dropped the whole verse.
We can't do it.
We're not going to read out a whole song. What's wrong with you, mate? Okay, you know who you are, Josh Milk-Bucket.
What's wrong with that kid?
Oh, mate.
He was clearly dropped on his head. Wasn't he? There's
Multiple times.
There's issues
Multiple
there.
times.
Issues there.
I think he shot out straight onto
You
his
know
head.
what I reckon he does? I reckon he Googles what's the worst time of the day to message Marcus. Okay, and he Googles it, and he comes up with an answer. Sends me a message. He goes, "Hey, 2 weeks before Easter, what are your hours on Easter?" Fuck, when's Easter, Josh? I don't even know when Easter is.
Well, he's on Facebook trolling for about 23 hours a day, so he needs to work out when he can fit in Easter training with being a pest on Facebook. So.
Wow. Anyway, so I didn't answer him, so I had to look up when Easter was. But it's this weekend. Watch the US Open. Buy the $10 feed for the stream. Even if you don't watch the stream, support the
Did you say there was some code or something?
There's a code.
KERN.
KERN is the code for...
Kern.
What do you get for that?
KERN.
I don't know what that means.
What does it mean?
Half price.
Oh, half price.
Half price. Was $20 because it's 2 days.
KERN. Enter that in the
Or
discount.
just go on the California Elite Training Center Open.
How
Instagram
are we
page.
going to say that? You couldn't even say it. Well, look it up. Look up US Open. Find it. Go to the code. Put in KERN. 2 days lifting, $10.
At RNB92 on Instagram, and he'll tell you all about it. But that's his Instagram name.
Oh, is it? You know I can't stand that. I don't use it.
That's fine.
You know the ad thing? It shits me to tears. Just use your name.
Yeah.
What's wrong with society?
I don't know. All right, guys, we'll wrap it up there. So thank you for watching, as always. You can find me on Instagram at TheWhiteJuggernaut, and as we've already mentioned, you can find Markos at everywhere. Go back and watch it. Stay tuned next week, reviewing more equipment.
Yeah, and the US Open.
US Open.
We've already got equipment for next week.
Yeah, we've just got it lined up for the month nearly, I think.
We've got stuff coming from Beast Genetics.
Yes.
We've got some clothing coming. We're going to use pretty models
Yep.
to show the clothing. If you've got a supplement that you want us to try out, we will mix it and have it. Oh, please, we'll do a late night one. Give them a pre-workout. Get a really strong pre-workout.
Preferably legal, not anabolic. But
is there anabolic pre-workouts?
oh, I meant supplements. But anyway.
Like what?
I don't know. That's.
I don't know about this stuff.
I think they can extract stuff from zucchinis or something.
That's
I'm
meant
not
to be
quite
a
sure,
dick,
so-
isn't it? But it's meant to be a dick.
Did Max tell you what
Max
it really
said to me
means?
it's meant to be a dick, and the rain
Held
drops.
it about
and
this angle.
And the rain drops his jism.
There you go, guys. We got to the bottom of it. So.
And then
One
there you
of
go
life's
again.
greatest
with the bottom
mysteries
of it. With the
solved.
bottom of it.
Well,
Eggplants
it is
and
shaped that
jism.
way, but I don't know what I'm going to do with this now. Do you know any good eggplant dishes?
I know what you should do with it.
And on that note,
Moussaka.
thank you, guys.
Moussaka. I'm right, aren't I?
We will catch you next week. Good night from me.
And good night from him. That's pretty good. I fucking love this shit.